was that quick.
Second dot ball, absolute money ball saver. Very important, they all count this season.
Yeah, I remember those years, Kofi. I just left the Lions and I spent 2 seasons with him here at the Wanderers, and absolutely obsessed with bowling quick. Absolutely rapid.
No one told me. Almost dead.
Yeah, and he would have wanted to make an impact, I can tell you that much. And he
did.
Probably had a word with you too, Hunters.
2026, I still know him. I promise you, I've forgotten a lot who I played against in those days, but I will never forget this guy.
Lengthy for and the line, straight down the leg side.
Huddersfield has gone to the slower ball. We've spoken how quick he can bowl, but quite a few of these deliveries in this over, he's just have a look at, yeah, just it's the leg cutter and just missing his line of length. And on this wicket where it is a little bit slow, James Vince, one of his strengths, not going to miss out on that.
Two fielders out are the ones on the leg side. Last ball of the power play. Beautiful. James Vince, that is sensational. And it is what he's known for, that excellent drive. What a way to end the power play. It's 64 without loss.
It's a slow ball again from Huddersfield and James Vince. One of his favourite shots hitting over cover. That is a thing of beauty. Not looking to overhit it, extending the arms so beautifully. And a brilliant way to
finish the power play, and now time for a strategic timeout.
One, two, 1, 2. Welcome back, everybody. Great vibe here at the Wanderers, I'll tell you, and some remarkable batting given the pitch has been a bit uneven. Been some splendid strokes, and the huddles that the teams have just had in the strategic timeout. The Paarl Royal huddle was really like tight. There was a lot being said in there. So Super Kings delighted with this power play. They've managed 64 from 6 overs without losing a wicket, and that the cream of some splendid strokes. One played by James Vince, who's always had a lot of time to play and a lot of elegance in his cricket. Faf is more rustic but highly competitive and hugely effective. In fact, Faf du Plessis is absolutely the the star of this lineup. He's scored a lot of runs in the tournament. He's the leading scorer this season, averaging only mid-20s. I thought it was a bit more than that, but striking at 147. Owen Morgan's alongside me. We're on the couch, right in the crowd here at deep cover as the batsmen take guard now.
Afternoon, Mark. Afternoon, everyone. Yeah, what a scintillating power play. And I think trend throughout this tournament so far has been, when times have been tough for batters in particular, ball going up and down, an extra bit of pace and bounce, batters have tended to go super aggressive and take on a huge elevation of risk, whereas these two have been smart and clever. And the result has remained the same. And they did it in Cape Town against my Cape Town. Similar instance, came out of the power play, really attacked Trent Bolt, their premium seamer, taking him for 29 off his 2 overs. And it was Faf again, 43 off 18 in that power play. They finished that particular power play 69 for 2. And it's how they formulate and structure their batting lineup, which impresses me. Very, very clear.
Oh, they're going to have to really hurry here. Vince, oh, he's got a bad throw. Lucky. A really good flat throw over the top of the stumps was a problem for him there. And that's because he hesitated. It's the old story. If you're pushing a fielder, you can't be hesitating yourself.
Yeah, go early, call early, tap and go. Clearly wanted it from the time off his bat. Wasn't timed at all. Lands in between the two fielders, but a better throw would have really put Vince under pressure. That nice little indication there of how they've put this partnership together. Now, the Wanderers are high-scoring ground, easier than most to find maximums or pick up 4s along the way. The glue to any partnership is ones to rotate strike. Vincent and du Plessis are completely different players how they operate, so manipulates the bowler's line and length.
They know each other well. They've played together before in South Africa. There's a lot of mutual respect. Of course, they're vastly experienced, as Chris Morris was just pointing out. But, I mean, this is a gold dust start, given that it hasn't been an easy pitch. I did the pitch report with Kevin Peterson, actually, and we thought it would be a good pitch. We chatted with the groundsman, pretty firm. Looked even. It's been used a bit, and it did look sort of a bit that subcontinental grey, that blacky sort of grey thing. But anyway, I think probably a few little cracks there, and maybe the ball's pitched in those. And she hit that hard. Whoa. How about that?
He certainly went after him, and I think they can afford to now. Again, a lot of the shots that both batters have played so far have been very calculated in the manner that they have. Faf laying out a stall here, just catching the inside half. Such is the nature of the ground here, and the pace of the outfield, it races away. Not quite sure what Richard Gleeson is doing there.
Jiving, man, he's jiving. The Glees is the jiver. 7 gone, 73 for no wicket. Looking for live match scores, statistics and news. Catch all the cricket action on Betway Scores. Available on Android, iOS and Huawei. And download our Commissioner Graham Smith, who you had lunch with yesterday.
I did.
Morgan.
I did. Very lucky to pick the brain of the great man. Been around for so long, both as a cricketer and in administration. So invaluable advice over
on the beach in the Cape. I can't imagine for a minute that you touched on a glass of wine.
We might have sampled a grape or two.
Yeah. Mark Butcher there too. Some good men. Who was the fourth? Remind me. Oh, a mate of ours, Barney Gurnham. Good lad, Barney too. So the big change here. Sikandar Raza has a bit of magic about him. He's aggressive. He tries to hide the ball behind his back as he comes in. Oh, the magic strikes. Hey, Sikandar is special.
That is an absolute beauty of a delivery to Faf du Plessis. He's set 39 off 24. You think now's the time that he's looking to accelerate. Sikandar Raza who has had a wonderful tournament so far. Just a couple of games that he's played. Traditional off spinner, turn, bite, does fat, all ends up. That is huge, as is the celebration. It gets the Royals there first. Faf du Plessis, 39 off 24. Super Kings, 73 for 1.
Well, this is brilliant. See how he hides it? And that goes a long way. Faf said at the toss he would have batted first, actually, and I'm convinced it's because he thinks it'll spin. It's very dry, this surface, very bare. I said subcontinental looking. Oh, and what a celebration that is. Cricket was only ever meant to be a joy, and he certainly finds it that. Matthew de Villiers now, good aggressive play. He was opening with Faf before James Vince came over from aisle 20 to join SA20. Very talented, aggressive, interesting cricketer. Got a lot of energy about him. They really needed that. I talked about their strategic timeout and the sort of intensity of their huddle. They spent a long time, didn't they, bunched in there.
They did, and it was animated from the captain, David Miller. We've all been in those huddles before. Each and every player would have been all ears, because the Super Kings certainly got away from them in the power play. Doesn't necessarily mean you're out of the game. You've got to keep playing your strongest hand at each and every point of the game to try and make an impact. Raz has done that immediately.
Slip in place. I think it's a slip. Is it a slip or a leg slip? Can't see from here. We're side on. We're on the couch, side on. Might be a leg slip, is it?
Regulation.
Nah, slip. Regulation slip. He's very fine. There he is. I can see on the screen now. Just where he should be for an off spinner, though Sikander Raza does mix it up a lot. Well, after that first big spinning off break, you probably want to be careful of cutting the ball. Anyway, he's off the mark. Which brings Vince on to strike.
Well, this is certainly worth another look. It's as simple as it goes. He's a mystery spinner, has all the tricks, but that is as simple an off spinner as the skipper all ends up. Yeah, he won't be too disappointed. I'm delighted with his contribution. I think this is an opportunity for David Miller in the game. Sikander Raza is turning the ball. Can potentially look at bringing that mid-off fielder back into the ring from long off for both batters. Just a change in momentum allows you to bring more strategy into the game. Let's have a look at how much this turned. 4.7 degrees. That is dramatic turn. Remember, he's not normally a big turner of the ball. He always tries to turn it just a half width of the bat, both ways.
Good running. Sprightly, you'd call them. Vince is no youngster either.
Yeah, we highlighted it earlier. Vince and du Plessis, quick between the wickets, such an important part. If you're going to post a big score or continue momentum. So we see Faf du Plessis just getting more treatment. I think it was the delivery from Hardis Viljoen early.
Exactly that, yeah. Yeah. Bounced really from just back of a length and really sort of hit him hard, crushed the finger into the handle. 8 gone, 78 for 1. Submit your match prediction and stand a chance to win a new car and other prizes. Go to sa20.co.za/predict. Good fun. get those predictions in. There's a lot to win in this year's tournament, lots of opportunities to make a few bucks, have a bit of fun, take your mates on. And as for being here, it's a riot, I tell you. This stadium creates an atmosphere all of its own. If you were saying, you know, of all the cricket grounds in the world, which stadium at its best was the most electric? There are some in India, of course, because of the size of the crowds and the sort of extravagant passion for the game, but I reckon this will be right up there. Another spinner, Mujib, the only guy to bowl a maiden in the tournament, Mujibur Rahman.
Impressive operator. Probably hasn't taken the wickets that he would have liked to have so far. Such is the nature of how he goes about his business. Only needs one in. That might come in the face of a wicket or a partnership with Raza.
Oh, Vince has got lucky. Really there. A perfect delivery, and the outside edge earns James Vince a boundary.
Yeah, plays it well. Knows there's a little bit of turn on offer. Seen that from Sikandar Raza in the previous over. Watch how James Vince plays this with soft hands. It is the Karen ball. It just holds, straightens, opens Vince up. Doesn't push too hard at it. Spoke earlier about the opportunity now that they have taken a wicket, the Paarl Royals, to try and change the field, try and change this momentum, get a slip in, bring the extra fielder in, because it's high risk to play a big shot against a turning ball and bouncing as well.
Slips there now. Vincey's got other ideas. That is a short boundary, folks. I reckon that's 50, 52 metres, something like that. Shortest boundary in the tournament.
It could be one of the shortest boundaries in the world, actually. Just trying to think of a shorter boundary. Possibly Eden Park, straight.
Eden Park. Maybe.
Is about 52, maybe 50. It's going to be difficult to defend come the back end of the innings to that side. We'll see bowlers bowling to the opposite longer side.
Yeah, you need to get your right bowlers on at the right ends, and you need to understand what's happening at the end too, when the pressure's likely to be on.
One ball at him should be enough. He's gonna sweep.
It's 58 and 60 more square than that. Behind square is definitely less. The groundsman admitted that when I chatted to him earlier. Nine have gone. It's 88 for 1. Talk about these crowds, they're very much family occasions too. The sense of community in the tournament is a valuable asset to it. You get lots of waves and appreciation as a commentator when you walk round, don't you? People are very excited by the event, love coming, love meeting people they perceive as names, either as players or commentators on TV. It's great to engage too, it's fun.
Feels more than just a cricket tournament. Mark, I played in the first year of it, and obviously back this year to commentate and observe and watch, but it feels more like a cultural event rather than a cricket tournament. But the cricket never seems to be compromised. The product down in the middle is as good as you see anywhere in the world. The skill level, some of the best players in the world come to these shores for this time of the year.
It's the speed of that ball. Really bowled hard and flat by Sikandar. Another Absa dot ball. That was 114. The previous ball was 93 Ks. 114 Ks.
Right, Mark, I'm going to say it again. I've said it, this is the third time. I'd like to see the field change I'd like to see either mid-on or mid-off come up and a slip be put in. Skandarazza has it on a string. Well, 9 deliveries so far, 1 wicket, just conceded 6 runs. This is your opportunity. Paarl Royals possibly build more pressure than just the ball that's coming down. Force a big risk to be taken. Even a short leg, do something. Make de Villiers and Vince think outside of 1s and 2s.
We've gone single, ... here. Abster will be happy. That is for sure. So Vince is probably saying to him, don't lose it now. Don't feel this pressure. We need to get batsmen in on this surface. It's not going to be easy as the ball gets softer either. And Vince has now got to face the last ball of the over, which gets us to the halfway stage, and I think they'll be really pleased with 90 on the ball after 10. Yeah, he steals a single and accepts that a good over has been bowled. It's 91 for 1. Oh, good heavens, don't tell me Arsenal are going to win that Premier League. Liverpool have fallen off their perch. Arsenal going well. 10 o'clock tonight. There's the shirt. Very difficult time to be a supporter of Tottenham Hotspur. And on that note, we can head up to the commentary box.
10 overs gone. 91 is on the board. 1 wicket down. That off Faf du Plessis. James Vince has been absolutely brilliant. He is a great addition to any side. And he's hit 5 4s and 2 6s so far. It's last over. Tell you what, everybody's lining up to bowl from the other end. Sort of a pitch of 2 halves at the moment. There's a lot happening in bowling from the golf course end. There was some spin, a bit of bounce for the seamers, a bit of movement of the surface as well.
Anybody turning on their screens now will think what we're talking about. 92 for 1 after 10 overs. They have been able to get away. They've played some very good shots. They have been able to score runs, but it hasn't been easy. Certainly hasn't been easy for the batters out there this evening.
Kevin, do you think then maybe Paarl Royals could tighten it up even more, do you think, possibly? Or is it just that Joburg Super Kings have just been a little bit better with the bat?
It's really difficult because you want to squeeze, but you can't squeeze. Should you squeeze? And these batters are, these days, so good at just that. The ability to release the pressure, their opportunities to score, and also their fear of failure is almost zero. It's quite hard to try and stop tightening the screw. Opportunities like this, they don't care, they'll just go. 11 balls faced, that was his 11th delivery. Cross the line, short boundary, I'll hit you for 6. Fearless cricket.
Just puts it down, diving out to his left-hand side. They've just brought up the 100. Always a good time to take a wicket, but this would have been big for the away side.
Here's a 6 from Matthew de Villiers, riding that wave of confidence that is on at the moment. Fontain's usually so good off his own bowling. He's one of the better fielders in the team. And it is a difficult chance, but a chance nonetheless. And with his standards, you would expect to take that.
And you could see how frustrated he was. He was absolutely livid that he didn't take that grab. High standards. We like high standards.
Backs away from his stumps as he's done so many times already in this innings. 101 for 1. .46 for Vince. Just 4 away from that half-century mark, and he's gone at an excellent rate. Been there for almost an hour. 14 is done. He's gone for 35 today. A lot of batting to come. Be interested to see where they use Donovan Ferreira. It'll all depend on how many overs are left when he comes in. Ranjani can take a little bit of time to get going, but he can kick on. Young Matthew de Villiers looking to build a partnership here with James Vince. Matthew de Villiers has probably been on a high through the season of Betway SA20. He had a scholarship to Wynberg Boys High. Previously had a coach actually that saw him just as a seam bowler, but he wanted to be primarily a batter, and he trained very, very hard to show that he could contribute with the bat. He used to bat at number 8. He first started when he was young and then moved up the order. Now here he is, playing for JSK. Just making a few adjustments to the field on the leg side. Not a sweeper on the offside, long off and long on a back. Sweeps very well. It's one of his strengths. Mokoena drives very hard. Thought he had it covered. Just a little too quick on the outfield.
Another good shot from de Villiers. Raza's been so dangerous. He's been very accurate with his spin bowling today. Changed his pace really well, but this time de Villiers goes down on that sweep quite early. It's a shot he does play very, very well. Mokoena did so well. He covered so much ground, did all the hard work. And unfortunately, just the momentum letting the boundary through.
In front of square, boys.
Such a horrible feeling. You get to the ball and you feel like you've got it, and then all of a sudden it just leaks out, and you just think, how? I had it.
Gets it through. Went the wrong way at 14.
Low arm, Sikandar Raza. It's one of the tricks that he likes to bowl with. Have a look at this. Have a look at his arm. Number 24. It's low arm. Backward point goes to the right. He anticipates, but he anticipates wrong because the ball goes to the left. You can see it there. Couple of little fielding dilemmas there. Just backward point, thinking about his anticipation and where to go, and then also Mokoena on the boundary.
Played this well again. Wants the second run too. Quick between the wickets. He's been in good batting form. As de Villiers even coming into the tournament top run scorer in the CSA Challenge. Scoring at over 140 in that. It's a strike rate. And almost 400 runs in the 9 matches that he played. And in 8 innings. Now just toying with the fielders as well on the offside.
Yeah, it seems to know his game really, really well. A massive fan of the boundary and then the single after that. And quite a busy cricketer, runs really hard between the wickets. When you do have a tough pitch.
11 off the over, 112 for 1. Contender number 1 for the DP World Dispatch of the day. It flies a long way here in the Highveld. This is a man who can clear the boundary with ease. It wasn't about power, it was just about timing and a lovely use of the feet. Using the levers to good effect. There's the 2 meters of travel. Nice flat hard 6 for our contender number 1 of the DP World Dispatch of the day. $112 for 1 it is. 12 overs gone. Coming to the end of the holiday season in Johannesburg, Chris Morris. Many would have had a good holiday.
Yeah, and that's been hearing in my ears for quite some time now. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday all over social media. But yeah, people slowly but surely getting into the routine again of going to school, going back to work. Youngsters back at school next week, which makes me very happy.
Oh, fumble. That should have been covered.
Yeah, with all these misfields happening now, Paarl Royals usually such a good fielding team. You almost wonder if it's creating a negative aura in their squad. With all these misfields, every run so important. We've seen how tight the games have been throughout this tournament. And yeah, regulation, Delano Potgieter on the boundary.
Get in front of square, man.
Have another chance. This time he's got it covered. A little sarcastic cheer as well from the crowd behind him.
Yeah, we mentioned the sun earlier. Oh, it does definitely play a part. I wonder if the crowd's giving him a little bit of gas. The 6-7 on the boundary.
The running between the wickets is too quick. James Vince is still quick as well. 34 years of age he is. He's played all around the world. Yeah, all looking into the sun. An easy place to field. It's just about in those shadows though.
Bold mood.
Wonderful play from James Vince. What a way to kick off your SA20 career. Half century number 83. Cricketer many would pay to watch.
Yeah, consistent performer, James Vince. Loved in the south of England. Has had his opportunities at the highest level. He never really made that work, but touring around the world and playing franchise cricket, Delano Potgieter is going to get another one. There we go. 1 from 3. Well done. 13 gone, 1, 2, 4 for 1.
Jib's been expensive again today. 2 overs for 22 for Tane. They've struggled to pick up wickets. It was their primary weapon over the last couple of years. Those spinners been different this year. Good crowd that's come in for this encounter. Sun just sitting on those benches, those wooden benches. And the whistles will always be out here at the Wanderers. Right, now JSK well set, plenty of resources, 9 wickets in hand, 7 overs to go. Good way to start the over. He's quick across the turf, Mokoena, but just not quite quick enough.
Batting with brooms, this lot. Sweep after sweep after sweep. And guess what? It's a hell of a effective. They're doing it so well. Yes, they're getting lucky with some missed fields, but my goodness, they're hitting it so well. Horrible way to think about your bowling when the batter is getting halfway down and just giving it a smack. 196 if they go at the current rate, over 200. Who would have thought about over 200 runs when we saw how the wicket was behaving a little bit earlier? The batting's been good, not been easy. This has been very, very good.
Yeah, I think Nacho made a very good point there, laying a platform, a foundation for the big hitters. We know that the JSK team does have some really explosive batters. And whoever comes in next will basically have license just to go from ball 1 with this platform.
Question always is, when do you use Donovan Ferreira? How many overs do you want left when he comes in? Because he's the type who is not going to waste any time. He can come in the 18th, 19th over, still make an impact. He's one of those players. You don't have to have a lot of overs for him. Lifting in the air. We'll now find out who comes in next. Sikandar Raza, yet again, big for Paarl Royals.
Yeah, since he's arrived, he's made such a massive impact, climbing up that ladder of highest wicket takers in this tournament. Under pressure, the bowlers have been. You can see what Matthew de Villiers is trying to do. He backs away, trying to target that short boundary over cover. Very difficult shot. Not managing to get all of it. But there's Raza, happy with his work. And Matthew de Villiers goes for a well-played 30. JSK 129 for 2.
Sikandar Raza has been mixing up his pace a lot in this over. 94, 87, 111 and then 75. That last one very slow compared to the rest in the over. No power to work with. He had to try and create it all himself. We were asking the question, who is coming in next for JSK? And it is going to be Vian Mulder. So that is the best way to go. Mulder hasn't had a lot of time out in the middle since that first game where he made 43 from 28. So he has a little opportunity to push things along. A ground he knows very well. Basically grew up on this ground. And now under a little bit of pressure in this over as well. Started with a boundary, then 1 dot wicket. Chat with the bowler, captain getting involved. What do they do? Where they're going to? Just making him wait that little bit longer. Pushes, gets it past the bowler. And he just.
Yeah, again, you can see what Matthew de Villiers is trying to do. Raza getting the ball to turn in quite a lot and targeting that shorter side. It's catching the inside half of the bat, and good catch by Herman on the boundary. Just wonder with Vian Mulder coming in now, does it give Vince license to unleash?
Good over for the Paarl Royals, 131 for 2. Currently going at 9.36. Carry on, 187, 190 is on, but they would probably want more than that, especially with the lineup that they've got. He knows this franchise very well. Stephen Fleming. Back to seam they go. A change of ends for Viljoen. He's been bowling from the golf course end. Now he'll bowl from the corner drive end. Vince on strike. 59 to his name. David Miller just trying to get the attention of Mokoena on the boundary. They're very deliberate about this field that they are setting. There was a lengthy conversation as well between the two batters as to what the options are here. Anything that Vince can hand over to Mulder in terms of information. They've got some cover on the offside, mostly. Backward square leg is in place. There's a mid-wicket on the boundary as well. Finally, I think they've settled on this offside field. It was the real discussion, was the offside field.
you can definitely see with the field set by Huddersfield and David Miller protecting that shorter side. I keep talking about it. It's just a flick of the wrist and it'll go over the boundary. Interesting to see if they stick with the same field for Mulder, who's just come in. And it looks like they are sticking. So look for Huddersfield to go wide, I thought off just inside that wide line. Try to force the batter on.
A lot of fielding changes here from David Miller. You have a look at this field. This is really now one hell of a modern-day T20 field. You've got a short third man, you've got a backward point on the boundary, you've got a backward point, you've got a cover. So all of the power strokes are covered. You bowl straight at the stumps. Now, it doesn't matter where your fielders are. That's a one-hander. He had it. He almost had it. He almost had a share of $2 million. But he drops it.
Oh, the disappointment is real. He watched it all the way. He had such a good view of it. Good shot from Vince. And just watch it, he hit it. It was in the hand. Good position. It just pops out at the last second. Naming lights for a second.
It's down. It was short, down leg side, and put down at short fine leg. Mujib Ur-Rahman puts it down.
And if the pros can't catch him, you can't expect the spectators to catch him. That's what he'll be saying. He had two hands at it as well. The spectators only get one hand. One hand to take the cash. Young man, bad luck. Two hands you had, Mujib. One hand you had. Yep, yeah, I had one hand, mate. Paarl's fielding certainly needs to improve. They haven't been good at all this evening.
Oh, it was your time to shine, sir. Had to look all the way. Such a good position. Maybe the jump mistimed. And oh, there's the disappointment from the rest of the crowd. I can guarantee you saying that ball came to me, I had it.
Nicely done this time around. Ruben Herman is very good on the boundary. There's 5 overs to go. It's 145 for 2.
Every chance of the big launch here. Remember, in the last game against, or no, not the last game, but in the DSG game here, Durban Super Giants, 77 for 1 Joburg Super Kings got in the last 5. 77 for 1 in 5 overs. So, you know, it's a ground you can do it on. The boundary approachable, let's say. Owen Morgan is alongside me. Vince has played very well today, 71 from 41, and masterclass really of balancing an innings on a pitch that was tricky to start with. Mulder's just arrived at the crease. We know he has terrific ball striking ability, so you know, Donovan Ferreira to come. There's a real chance here. Mujib Ur-Rahman, one of the few who can keep it really tight pretty much anyway. Ball's very straight. There's Ferreira, the waiting Ferreira, having a great tournament. Wicket keeper, off spinner. batsman, game changer, dead-eyed Dick when he had to throw the stumps down for the super over. Nice from Mulder, bit of touch. Morgan.
Evening, Mark. Evening, everyone. An absolute masterclass from James Vince. Put down the previous over. It's a relatively simple chance for Mujibur Rahman. He'll put that behind him now. So an over and a bit to bowl. But the position that they find themselves in is an extraordinary one. I don't think it's a belter by any stretch of the imagination. So 47 with 4.5 over left. The Royals daring down the barrel of a huge score.
Well, that one is, I think, yep. So not easy when you first come in, finds Vian Mulder, and not easy against Mujib Rahman either. Very important wicket. Keep taking wickets here. That's the way to control the run rate.
Yeah, quite a sedate celebration from the Royals. Karen Ball, the front of the hand just flicked. Vian Mulder through the shot. It's a top edge. Makes a simple catch. Vian Mulder goes for 5. Royals in a command position at 147 for 3.
James Vince unbeaten with 71. Donovan Ferreira just got out there. 147 for 3 is a great position with 4 overs and 2 balls left. Not a truly flat pitch. Lovely innings from James Vince. He makes batting look easy. He's a natural timer of the ball, tall and elegant. One of the few to have passed the 12,000 run mark in T20 cricket. That was the shot of the day, that last one over extra cover. And it's an absolute pleasure to have him here in SA20. It's his first appearance in SA20, and as you've already seen, he'll light up the stages around the country. And he scores all round the wicket. He's good off front and back foot, off and leg side. I don't know quite why there's a delay here. We're trying to work this out. A very frustrated looking umpire. trying to get this field set right. It's how many in and how many out. Remember, 4 inside the ring are required. Maybe it was that. Of course, he can just let them bowl and call it a no ball, but he chose not to. Okay, Donovan Ferreira then on strike to Mujib. The biggest boundary is mid-on to mid-wicket. That's the longest hit, which is a strong area for Donovan Ferreira.
Oh, Mujib!
Good thinking. Get off the strike. Give it to the bloke who's got 70.
Nice, Muj!
So if they really shift here at 10 and over, they get 190, which would be a heck of a score given what we saw with the pitch at the beginning. I don't think it's a shocker of a pitch, but I think it can be awkward, particularly with a new ball, and there is some spin there. So a bit of something for everybody. There you go. More Vince, more class.
Well, pretty much every stage of his innings today showed he is in fine touch as James Vince. 16 overs, done 152 for 3. The Super Kings in a fantastic position. Great awareness this, particularly on a pitch where there's a bit of turn on offer, a bit of bounce, no 45 in place. Got into a good position and just helped it on its way.
Yeah, actually, it's a good way to play Mujib because he bowls very straight and pretty flat. He's not a flight bowler in any way or form. He gets it just to move a little both ways. If you get down low and get the bat parallel to the ground, you can work with the pace of the ball. Long shot. Gubani McQuaina coming back into the attack here, and David Miller's trying to work out exactly what he wants. They've had a long discussion. There's an uncertainty for sure.
Yeah, under pressure here, McQuaina. Previous over he bowled was the 5th over and it went for 19. So expensive in that. You'll have to put that all behind him now. What will the plan be? We haven't seen a good length. There is a little bit on offer, possibly off the odd crack, mixing it up with the odd slower ball. Not sure Yorkers or slower balls straight away is the option. Good line and length, I think, has been the hardest to hit.
But Ferreira likes length, of course. Let's see. He's got a shorter leg side boundary to work with here. Oh, that's a good ball. A few of those go down well with his skipper.
Oh, McQuaina just indicating he thought it was bat first. Yeah, inside edge onto Ferreira's boot. Now Andre Pretorius has walked all the way down the wicket. He thought it had hit his boot. In fact, David Miller is sending it upstairs.
We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can we go with front on, please? Okay, ball's close to the bat there. Can we just go to ultra edge? Yeah, you can just freeze it there. I have a spike on the ball next to the bat. Ian, you can stay with the original decision of not out. Stand by.
Right. Bowled in! McQuaina's done it to Vince. He preset himself to go leg side. Great response. I think the slower ball too.
Yeah, good bowling. Pace off, just 113 kilometers per hour from McQuaina. Just rolls his wrists over. Quite an orthodox off-cutter, slower ball. Grips ever so slightly, and it does James Vince through the shot, gets an inside edge. plays a fine hand today for the Super Kings. 75 off 43, 153 for 4.
Drags it on, actually, doesn't he? Brilliant McQuainer, by the way. What a record he's got bowling in the last 5. In this edition of SA20, when he's bowled 18 balls or more in the last 5, he's got an economy rate of 3 and over. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. So he's good at it. 153 for 4. Shubham Ranjani, who is a... what should we call him? A craftsman. Very aware of where fielders are, what his game is. He and Ferreira caused a bit of havoc. Remember Ferreira here against Joburg Super Giants, 33 in 10 balls. Ranjani's looked good overall in this first half of the tournament. So the problem is 2 new players in at this stage. That's the real issue, and that's why having Vince in would have been great. But Vince has been outthought, and so we've got 2 newbies in this pretty obvious field with long leg and square leg back. Mid wicket up. Look at that stat. Unbelievable stat. Huge-hearted and talented cricketer. Mid-on's back, but it's offside. More back. So probably going to bowl it out there. Well bowled. Nice. Nice zippy stuff.
Yeah, just through the shot. James Vince shows the value of taking wickets, Mark, on this surface here today. Really is the only option. If you have an in and you do take a wicket, starting as a new batter can be difficult.
Well, he was done by the lack of pace, so clever thinking. Oh, nice. Stand and deliver. What a good stroke. Fancy coming in and playing one of that quality on the up.
Yeah, been in good form so far this year, Ranjani. Half-century against DSG, where he was not out, but has looked composed at every occasion. This is beautiful, just on the up through the vacant cover region. Not a half volley by any means.
You can barely believe it. I don't think there was much wrong with the ball. To a new batsman, I think that's absolutely fine to bowl that length, particularly as it's the pace of the pitch has been, and actually the bounce, which has just been a little bit inconsistent. Now they've spread the leg side, so there's only one saving a single. Had to bring one up on the offside. They'll only get the single forward. They're trying to knock it in that space with soft hands and gets 2. Didn't quite pull it off. Yeah, so McQuaina's clearly got a temperament. What you look for in young players when you ask them to bowl at the death is, can they cope? You have the temperament to deal with the pressure and accept that you're going to travel. You'll bowl some good balls and they'll travel, and as you've just seen, one drilled for 4 through mid-off. Can you come back the next ball? That's the big question. The answer with him is pretty categorical. Yes. Another slower ball. That's what did for Vince. It's an excellent over. That top draw. 158 for 4. Couple of Absa dot balls in that over, and Absa Moneyball saver shows us that today it's Kandaraza with 9 against Beyond 14 with 8, who are leading the way. Then 3 sixes. Dot balls are a fine currency if you can get a bunch of them in. Right, what have we got now? We've got more Mujib, wicketkeeper, up to the stumps. Ranjani on strike. A man's been put at short fine leg where Vince played that delicate little sweep shot in the last over. So there's 4 leg side, 3 are back. No one saving 2 in that area. 1's easy, 2 is something you can definitely pick up now. Then this could be an example of it. Yeah, they're going to cruise 2 here.
Yeah, smart cricket. Exactly what we've come to expect from Renjani. Just recognising the situation of the game. Would have sat back on the sidelines and watched the craft of Vince and the class of de Villiers. What has been good, it might take a little bit more time to get himself in. That is the field that is set at the moment. Only short, fine leg up on the leg side.
Would you get rid of one of the men short, third men there, and put him in at mid-wicket, or is it then too easy to reverse it? Oh, that'll be out. Yep, he took dead aim. That is a waste of a wicket. Well, I think they got in a mess. I can't tell you who the blame will be pointed at, but it's a bad mess.
Well, complete mix-up in communication from Renjani, just singing his praises of how composed he normally is. Like throwing darts from Ajib. It's the same as Ali Pali, Mark. Good work. It's another wicket for the Royals. Super Kings 160 for 5.
It's quite a risk in doing that, actually. He could have just walked up to the stumps and taken the bails off. Imagine the embarrassment if he'd missed. Anyway, he didn't miss, he got it. He hit the target, and disappointingly for that man, as you can see on his face, and Johnny has to go. Deanne Forrester now, another good ball striker, by the way. They're all good ball strikers. If they're batting the front 7, 8 even in franchise cricket nowadays, you've got to be able to strike the ball. Donovan Ferreira. A lot is asked of him every time and expected of him every time he goes to the wicket, but he's playing the straight man at the moment.
Certainly been a change in momentum here for the Paarl Royals. Change in attitude, change in bowling. 3rd, 4th and 5th wicket coming in succession.
That is a biggie, I'm here to tell you. There was a moment when it looked like it might come out of the air and just drop into the hands of the fielder, but no, it fully carried. A strong man is striking that ball.
Well, I think in this year's tournament and in recent times when Donovan Ferreira strikes the ball, there's a sense of inevitability. Not on this occasion. He didn't quite get it. It went high and long enough.
Yeah, he kind of sliced it a bit, didn't he? Undercut it.
What? Which way is it going, Mood?
It just looks as if he undercut it ever so slightly, so the ball might have caught a bit of wind with the extra spin he would have put on it.
Yeah, a bit like those sand wedges you play in the greens.
Which way is it going, Muji?
Not exactly, Mark.
The couple here as well. They just picked it up a bit, that over. 2 left now, and it's 169 for 5. So they haven't had it all their own way, these bowlers, on a surface that's offered a bit of spin, a bit of uneven bounce quicks. Sikandar Raza with a standout. 9 dot balls and his 2 for 26. There's a tremendous element of the competitor in Sikandar Raza. Every ball is an event as far as he's concerned, and he's going to make the most of it. If you go at 6.5 against this lot, you're bowling well. Hardus Villian will bowl the penultimate over. He'll bowl it from what you probably call the most difficult end, which is the call at road end of the ground, because the pitch is slightly to to the right side of the square as we look so near that shorter boundary. He may look to come round the wicket, which he's going to do, and bowl full and wide of off stump. That's the tactic, I think, and keep changing the pace.
And the Royals have done a great job. Yeah, the last 3 wickets, only coming 13 runs. 3, 4 and 5 at 160, and now the 169 for 5. What can they do? What damage the likes of Ferreira inflict? The Royals have seemed to gone toe for toe with him so far with the planning and execution. I think we're just going to have a delay here for a moment. Looks as if one of the light towers, yeah, unfortunately has cut out, so we will have a delay. The umpires will come together and have a chat, no doubt make a plan.
Well, whether there's another generator here or what, I have absolutely no idea, but that is a massive problem. Although, funny enough, the ground looks well enough lit from where we are. If you go back to the early days of floodlights, this would be good. And you could argue they could get away with playing on, but of course it'll be seen as a big disadvantage to Paarl Royals to have to bat for all of their overs without one set of lights, so that won't happen. Running through the wickets. Faf du Plessis the first to go after a brilliant off break. First ball bowled by Sikandar Raza. Then Matthew de Villiers, who played really well actually, given it wasn't easy, and caught out at mid-off. Dian Mulder trying to hurry it along as soon as he came in, and Mujib getting the better of him. And then finally James Vince for 70-odd, having played tremendously well. Owen called it a masterclass, and that's about right. And then that cock up of a runner. That really was a mess. So they're the wickets, and we may have a long delay here. In fact, most of the players are leaving the field. I think they accept this will take some time to fix. This is infuriating. You think the Super Kings lost a game, well, the game was lost, not they lost the match. The game was lost after that extraordinary thunderstorm when the whole of the Wanderers was covered by hailstorms last week. And now they're being delayed by floodlights. They got interrupted by rain at Newlands the other night. Made the chase slightly more comfortable for my Cape Town. So frustration, actually frustration for everybody, not just for the Super Kings, for the crowd, for us, for the players, umpires. If you've just joined us, one of the light towers has let us down. Faf played with his usual panache, his unorthodoxy, his commitment, his sense of leadership, understanding that the circumstances demanded a slightly different Faf du Plessis from the free-swinging one of previous games. Fantastic career. 39 SA20 matches already. Striking at 143, that's the great thing. Average of 32 at 143, 144 really. Against the new ball. Mind you, you could argue that's an advantage because it comes on and you've got the field up. So most people would say it's a nice place to bat.
First Betway SA half-century for James Vince. Spoken so highly about some of his strongest attributes, how balanced he is at the crease and how late he manages to play each and every delivery when he is in good form. But perhaps the most impressive thing today about Vince was how adaptable, menial he was to the surface in front of him. It wasn't all about playing shots all around the ground whenever he wanted. It was much more than that. It was very calculated, well thought out. put his team in a really strong position early in the game.
I remember seeing Vince for the first time as a young Hampshire player and thinking, wowza, different level, this guy. And he just, for whatever reason, never quite turned the talent into performance at test level. He got 7 or 8 tests. That's the T20 career, by the way. How about that? Nearly 13,000 runs, 465 matches. And, you know, for a long while I felt he was the next best batsman in England after Joe Root. Obviously, since then, Ben Stokes has played extraordinary test match winning innings, and Harry Brooks arrived and all sorts. But there's no doubt that the best of Vince is the best of anyone. The carnival manages to continue. The crowd are very rarely dampened either by rain or floodlights or poor cricket when the game ends early. They just revel in this tournament. It's a ripper, as Owen said earlier, but one of, if not the best in the world. Ryan Rickleton's been smacking them pretty well. 15 sixes. Quinton de Kock in great form. 14. Shea Hope, what an innings that was yesterday. Rassi, and then Fane Rutherford, who's a resourceful, joyous cricketer, really. Hits it, miles, and bowls with enthusiasm, like a lot of West Indian cricketers. He seems to be fairly carefree about it, but there's a lot of substance beneath the surface. So we go back, actually, to have a look at Shea Hope, who's been a brilliant T20 player for West Indies for a long while. Why he hasn't morphed that into 50-over cricket, I've no idea. I saw him, do you remember when he got 200s in a test match at Headingley, right at the start of his career? Classy player. Lots of time to play, like Vince.
High quality stuff from a high quality player. Great to see him down here and contributing in this tournament as well. Longest sixes in the tournament as well. Certainly if you're in the changing room, this is a table you want to be on. Donovan Ferreira previously, Johnny Bairstow, now number Toria, David Miller. It's a long ball. We see him later in the chase today. Johnny Bairstow yet again. That over against Keshav Maharaj. It's hitting 34. Some hefty blows.
Interesting, all those guys, well, I suppose with the exception of Donovan, are well-known players. All such fabulous ball strikers. Luandre Pretorius, the young one on the block. All the others been around a bit. Joss Butler in there at last. Great to see him make a score, and Durban just haven't got it right so far. After their big win at the start of the tournament, that they've lost their mojo, as they say. Sikandar Raza, 4 for 13 in Cape Town, man of the match. Henrik Norkia steaming in and bowling fast. How wonderful to see. The brother of Marco next, 4 for 23 at Centurion. Fane Rutherford and Adam Milne. Very good signing for Sunrisers. Adam Milne, he's a smart cricketer, particularly when the heat's on. Bowls good death overs, bowls at the best players. Actually got Shea Hope out when Shea Hope was just threatening at St George's Park in their match, trying to get Victoria Capitals back into the game, and Adam Milne outthought him. So we're at exactly the halfway stage of the tournament. Sunrisers and Joburg are up there. This is Paarl Royals' 5th game and Joburg's 6th. Paarl Royals have done remarkably well after a appalling start to the tournament. Bowled out for 45, lost by a monumental amount of runs in a T20 game. MI Cape Town with just the one win, as is the Durban side. So they've got to get a wriggle on, those two, if they're to get in the hunt for the eliminator. This is infuriating. See that light tower straight ahead of you? That's the one that's gone, and that's a difficult thing for the people running the show here. I mean, people will be running around in panic at the moment because it's embarrassing for the stadium. So that's what's been happening of late. And tomorrow we go to Kingsmead and see if Durban Super Giants can get going again against a very strong and well-balanced looking Sunrisers Eastern Cape team. They seem to have every base covered. They're playing with a lot of confidence and a sense of enjoyment, which is a great thing. And then Borland Park is the first of the 2 games on Saturday, then back here to the Wanderers, where JSK take on my Cape Town. St George's Park on Sunday, that's the game at 3:30 in the afternoon. So we keep going in the calendar of SA20, which holds the country's imagination over a month-long soap opera with a game every night until we get to the eliminators. Everybody's got their team, everybody's got an interest, and everywhere you go, that interest meets you. There's that light, that rogue light, that errant light, that naughty light. I can't imagine what happens if it doesn't. I can't imagine a game being abandoned because of a floodlight failure. So we'll spend a moment enjoying the fans in SA20 since we've got the time. Fans who make the tournament.
We are here at Kingsmead.
Yes, and we're here to find out how much you know ball by playing a little game called Cricket Lingo 101. Let's go. You know your cricket? No? You know cricket, right?
No. No, Dave, look.
I didn't come here for a haircut, I came here to watch cricket. You're frozen.
Do you know your cricket? No. Perfect. What's LBW?
I don't know what that is. Lose and win.
Lose and win.
Like, if you hit it over here, you go out. If it's in line with the wickets.
Leg before wicket? Oh, okay, you know. Maiden? Home run?
I don't really know.
I really don't know.
No runs with the over.
Ox, what is a duck?
It's an animal.
When you duck for the ball, when you just go into the game,
Yeah.
and you get out. 0 runs. Going out for 0.
Economy rate?
Oh, I have the economy money. The economy is money. I don't know. Angas. Rich people.
Rich people. Economy rate is rich people.
How many runs you get hitting it over for a bowler?
What's by?
Oh, leg by is when it like goes by your leg. I don't know half of this town.
I don't know.
It's when you hit the ball like that way on the field. Doesn't hit the bat, but you get a run.
A night's watchman. Aye. Can you educate me, Chief?
When they send in the number 11 batter when it's getting dark. Night watchman's a batsman you send in a test match when you're like a few wickets down. End of the day, you want to save yourself.
They risk their main batsman, but they want somebody temporary before the game closes.
You know the last couple of batsmen, the bowlers who can't really bat?
Yeah.
Okay, now I know. Yorker? He's just cracking up.
Oh my goodness.
A little tiny Yorkie.
A Yorker is a clean bowl. When a bowler bowls a bowl and he hits a wicket clean bowl, without the ball bouncing on the ground.
A Yorker's at under the bat.
Babe, what's a Yorker? Okay, bowling at the toes.
A Yorker's when they bowl in the block hole. It's a Yorker when they hit your toes.
Block hole?
Loco.
Yeah.
Because then when they... I'll be honest, I don't know.
It's not a cricketing term, that.
Oh, in the block hole, when you're hitting. In the slot. Which is?
The ball where you can only play the block shot. It's right up there.
What is a cherry?
A cherry.
Cherry? No idea.
Is that cricket still?
A cherry. Not like my girlfriend, right?
A cherry is the paint of the ball on your bat. That circle thing. If you hit the ball hard, you'll get a cherry on your bats.
Extra cover?
Extra cover?
Yeah.
That's yours.
Extra cover?
It goes over the boundaries. So
So you run for the ball, and then other people also run for the ball to catch it, so you've got like more hands.
Extra cover is when you need more than one sheet.
Extra cover is the fielder, like on the offside.
It's basically for the cover drive. It's like on the offside, one of the main fielding positions.
A what? A square leg. A square leg. Yes. When the ball hits you, and then you like, and then it hits you, and then you like, oh.
Thank you.
I know, you stand like this, and then you catch it with your legs. Like this. Perfect, I like that. I like that.
Square leg is the fielding position. It's the person 90 degrees to the batsman's backside, if that makes sense, yeah.
Cow corner.
Cow corner. That's where you have all the dairy products.
Oh, cow corner is difficult, but it's definitely near the boundary, that I know.
Cow corner. That's round the leg thing.
Leg side, like a sweep shot when you hit a six there.
I only know the castle corner.
DLS.
Adam! Immense. Wait, I'm thinking.
Duckworth-Lewis method.
You know, it's that method they use to calculate if you won or not. Maybe it rains.
What does DRS stand for?
DRS. No.
Democratic Republic, South Africa.
Yeah, yo, I have no idea. I won't lie.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Isn't it like TMO?
That's the review system.
Baby showing up.
Confidence, like hi.
Digital review system.
You said drag review system with DRS.
I said drag, yeah.
Versatile man.
Any more Formula 1 questions?
Not today.
Super over. When there's many overs.
Super over, the teams are equal after the 20 overs. They have one more over to decide who's going to win the game.
That I know at least. When it's a draw,
Yeah.
and then both teams have to each bowl like penalty shootout in cricket.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the way you explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely, penalties, guys. We need to stop.
The rugby boys don't know their crickets, but he's here, so anybody can come.
I know cricket so much.
Hopefully soon we'll have some cricket as well, because I know you guys have come for the cricket. Okay, Dion's come for the beers. Let's go to the cricket, shall we?
There has been a bit of interruption due to the lights issue, but the stadium is still buzzing. I'm standing next to Paarl Royals, who is head of sponsorship for Betway. Firstly, how does it feel to be at the Wanderers and the joy and the excitement of season 4 of Betway SA20?
No, it's unbelievable to be here. Glad the lights back on. Glad the players are walking back on behind us. Yeah, so far the tournament's been awesome. And to see this a Thursday night in early Jan, back in Joburg, yeah, I think a lot of people getting back into town. Awesome experience, awesome vibe. Glad to see everyone's enjoying it and the crowd certainly staying involved.
Let's speak about the Betway Catch 2 Million campaign. It's an exciting competition, and we've seen 8 catches so far. What are your thoughts about what we've seen at the stadiums?
Yeah, I think this tournament's all about breaking records. So far, we're off to a good start. We've had 8 catches. I think everyone's loving the competition. People certainly trying to catch. Durban the other night, not so good. Certainly room for improvements. And I suppose at this point, the only disappointment is no one's played the Betway catch game.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I was like, encourage everybody at home to download the app, Mark.
Download the app, go to betway.co.za, wherever you feel comfortable. Click on casino. There's a Betway catch game. You've just got to play it once. So far, we've got 8 catches. They're each getting 250,000 Rand. If you're next, you could be 750,000 Rand richer just for playing the game.
Are you expecting any more matches? And is there a specific stadium that you're expecting to have a lot of catches?
Look, I think the crazy part is somehow Pretoria's just made itself catch city. They cannot stop taking catches there. So I think for the rest of the stadiums, it's a challenge to try and even it out. We're definitely expecting more, hoping to see some great ones. And yeah, a lot of fun still to be had.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Enjoy.
Well, we got good news after all the fun we've just seen. We've got good news that play will begin immediately. The umpires are out there, the players too. The floodlight is on, looks fully functional, and the consequence of that is we've got 11 balls of this innings remaining. 169 for 5 at the moment, which is pretty good effort. Balance between bat and ball has been good. The pitch has been, you know, sort of, it must be okay to have 170 on the board. Equally, there's been a bit of uneven bounce and certainly spin. I mean, there's no question about that. It's very dry, this surface. It's pretty firm. Wouldn't call it rock hard like the old Joburg pitches, but it's pretty firm, in fairness. And there's been enough bounce for the players to work with. Donovan Ferreira is going to be on strike. He has 9 from 7 balls. He's going to face Hardus Villian coming round the wicket. Straight up, and somebody with gloves is underneath it. The Wanderer Pretorius who takes the catch. And well done, Hardus Villian. Ferreira really scything across it there. He would have been better hitting straighter, actually, which he's good at.
Yeah, brilliant catch. It impact as well, taking a big wicket at Donovan Ferreira. First ball back in. Difficult under the night sky. Ferreira comes and goes for 9. JSK 169 for 6.
So I think there's an important talk about here, which is a tactic that Joburg use and now Paarl use and other teams will, is to bowl round the wicket and full outside off stump at the death. Vian Mulder tried it in that super over game. Didn't always get it quite right. But what you do is you create an angle that's harder to hit into. And I think as a batsman, in Donovan Ferreira's case, he's going to have to be aware of that. And looking at a different place. You've almost got to set up where it came from more. And accept that you may have to get across your stumps. Take guard a bit outside off stump to get nearer the ball. And then the umpires have to think about adjusting their decision making, because as the batsmen move across, so the line becomes imaginary and moves effectively the same distance away as it ought to be if he was standing still. Oh, got away with that. Akil Hossain is the new batsman.
And it was definitely to be hit. You make a good point, Mark. I'd add something to that as well. We always talk about breaks in play, whether it's a strategic timeout, a drinks break, who does it impact negatively the majority of the time? And you have to say it always tends to be the batting unit. Just a break in rhythm, break for any reason whatsoever. We saw it JSK's last game in Newlands.
Well, this is a golden over now. This is the penultimate over of the innings, and it's gone dot, wicket, dot, one.
And he has to take a lot of credit for it as well. He's continuing the attitude of trying to take wickets, particularly in clusters. First half of the Super Kings innings, that wasn't possible due to Vince du Plessis and de Villiers. Yeah, cricket matches aren't about how you start, they're how you finish, and the Royals are certainly finishing very well.
Yeah, that's right. They've balanced it, actually. They've almost recovered the ground. I mean, we don't, until both sides bat, we don't know what sort of pitch it is, and you know, you've got to bowl well on it, which they've done in this last section, having bowled sort of a bit untidy, I'd say, early on. But, oh, well done. That is a response. Well played. That's good hit, that, actually, on the up. Credit to Hussain. Frustration for Villion. One over left now, 175 for 6.
Cutters and Yorkers.
Well, this is a good shot from Akeal Hussain. They cut a slower ball mid-off. Is in the ring, just stands tall. These were lovely high hands and an elevated swing. Still a good over for the Royals. Seeded 6 and got the big wicket of Donovan Ferreira.
Here's a conversation, Owen. We saw a number of mid-wicket conversations between Faf du Plessis and James Vince in their opening partnership, and they increasingly will about what sort of score should they 200 pitch, 210 pitch. So will they be? Would they have said 180 is a good score?
Yeah, I think they would have. It's certainly not at the very beginning. I think when you're going through tough periods during those first couple of overs in the power play, they would have thought, you know what, the longer we're here, the easier it will get. So the power is actually in the partnership. If you can establish the partnership, bring rhythm into the game, pick up boundaries as they come and when they present themselves, but limit the risk, it then puts them in a strong position. Because when the risk has been up lately, it is high risk, and it hasn't proved very fruitful.
How's he got away with that? The umpire hasn't called wide for that ball, really?
Right on the line, I would say. He did move before the bowler had released the ball outside the off stump, so that does extend the bowler's leeway.
It's going to be safe. Yeah, splits them. And should both too, so they get a couple for it.
Good bowling again from McQuenna. Talked about earlier, his economy rate at the dead is just 3. It's one thing being able to deliver your skill, but the timing of when you deliver it is actually vitally important. Just reading the game and how it does, but it proves continuously throughout today. It's not easy to get going when you first come in.
Bold. Slow one into the pitch. He's taken all the pace off it this over. 109 the first ball, 107 the next ball, and then a cutter at 1-2-1 this ball. Now usually he'd get it up to the 140 mark if he's trying to bowl with pace. So he's giving the batsman nothing to use. Can they get it to 180 now, we're wondering. So good is McQuena. Oh, that's good thump. He's found the gap. That gets it to 180, okay.
Yeah, no surprise. Just trying to target the shortest side of the ground is Forrester. to shuffle across his stubs, trying to counter that line that McQueen is throwing so effectively. Doesn't really need to time it, just needs to place it in the gap, and the outfield does the rest.
Here we go, 2 balls of the innings remain. There's the first of them, squirted. Oh, everybody in yellow is delighted, those in pink are appalled.
Yeah, I think he's meant every bit of this shot as Dean Forrester. It's pace on delivery, 140 kilometers per hour, but he's chopped down and almost guided it really fine. Be gutted this time of the innings. That's not a bad delivery. And look, falling in the way of the Super Kings.
Yeah, good call. That was what he was looking to do. Final ball of the innings then. Thrushes it down the ground. Can they come back for a second? They sure can. And that is a good total, batting first here today. 187 on the board for Super Kings. A nice fight back by Paarl. Get themselves into the contest for sure. It's all going to be about the way that Johannesburg bowl, the way that they control things, how they handle pressure. If somebody gets in, they've got a very dangerous player in Andre Pretorius to deal with at the top of the order. Set up by Faf du Plessis and James Vince at the start of the innings, who played extremely well. Vince pretty much at his best. 75, 39 for du Plessis, 30 for de Villiers, nice at 15 for Forrester there at the end, but the last 5 overs, 4 wickets fell for 42, so you'd give enormous credit to Paarl Royals for that. Very clear that the first partnership was the one that set it up, as I just mentioned. 43 balls for 73. And it got harder as it went along. Players not quite of the quality of Vincent du Plessis, it has to be said. The star of the show, Sikandar Raza, with 4 overs for 26, and he picked up 2 wickets in it. So we're going to head downstairs now.
I'm with the 19-year-old bowling sensation, Ngobani Mokoena. Firstly, just talk to us about how you found the first 6 overs. It seemed as if it was a little bit too tricky for the pace bowlers.
I mean, it's my first game here at the Wanderers, so it was quite tough for me, I can't lie. And I was just trying to adapt, but things weren't like going my way today, so.
Talk about your adaptation. You went on to get the wicket of James Vince. What was the plan bowling to him?
I mean, he was quite in, so of course he was looking to take me down, so I have to like take the pace off and like go wider plans to him, because yeah, they were trying to target the shorter boundary, so I had to be smart about it.
187 for 6 for Joburg Super Kings. Are you trusting the boys to be able to chase this down?
I mean, the prep been good for the batters, so they know what to do. I'll back the boys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there it is, 188 needed to win the game in 20 overs. That's a rate of 9.4. We've got a shortened break, just 10 minutes, because of that interruption for the loss of the floodlights. Don't go away. This really does promise to be a fascinating run chase.
The sun has set and the stadium lights are on, and all that the Paarl Royals will need is 188 runs to win over the Joburg Super Kings. And right now I'm joined by Kevin Peterson. Alongside him is Chris Morris. And let's talk about the first innings and what unfolded for the Joburg Super Kings.
Yeah, I think batting was a little bit difficult. We were on earlier and there was some up and down bounce. But when you go and have a look at the score, I said when we were commentating again, I think the 11th over, if anybody was looking at us and listening to us, they would have thought, what this guy talking about? Because they were scoring at a rate of knots. So I don't think that Paarl were very good with the ball. I think they could have been better. I think their fielding was dreadful, but they're going to have to bat well to get this, because I think this is not a bad score.
How could the Paarl Royals could have been better with the ball, Chris?
Yeah, look, first of all, Kev mentioned the fielding. I thought they weren't very good in the field. They're usually better than that. Trevor Penny, the coach, would be quite disappointed with that performance. But I think the bowlers specifically, I think they just missed their lengths as a bowling unit. As soon as the guys went cross seam, Huddersfield started perfectly. That was the line and length that you wanted to be hitting. We saw a little bit of different bounce from the golf course in, and from there, that's where you just needed to stick and be consistent. We always talk about the wonders in being you need to hit the top of the stumps more consistently, force the batters to make a play. I thought today they went to the slow balls a little bit too early, even though there was assistance. But yeah, I just think they could have been more consistent with their lines and lengths and maybe hold on a little bit longer.
Let's hop and talk about the batters, specifically James Vince, and how good he was in the middle.
Yeah, there's a reason why he scored so many runs, because he is consistent. I know Chris Morris was talking earlier about the fact that you need to play cricket shots on this ground. You play the cricket shots, you're aggressive with the cricket shots, and you will be rewarded. He is a cricket shot player, and people will be going, what the hell is a cricket shot? Well, he's just a genuine. I mean, you can see these shots in Test match cricket. Certainly the way the players are playing around the world now, you really can see these. But he plays with a straight bat when a straight bat is required. He plays with a horizontal bat when a horizontal bat is required. And he scores runs. Yeah. No matter where he is. He hasn't elevated himself to the highest level on a consistent basis because he wasn't consistent at the top. But in franchise cricket, that wagon wheel, you see a lot.
And we saw a good partnership with Faf du Plessis alongside Vince.
Yeah, Faf was very good. Obviously, he took a few blows on the body. He's quite a tough man, this Faf. A lot of prosculation, as I always talk about. But, yeah, look, the experience is vital to this team. And when you've got pitches like that, a lot of guys would have gone for the big shot, get out, where he's stuck in there, got the runs, got that partnership that gave them that platform to score. And, yeah, it was just a brilliant performance from the two.
Well, we've seen a couple of interruptions so far, and also there's some lightning issues that we've seen, and that's why the players have gone off the field. But hopefully we'll be able to get back soon onto the park. But when you analyze the entire performance of Joburg Super Kings, do you think they should be able to defend this?
I think they'll learn a lot from what the Paarl Royals did wrong. But yeah, it'll be a difficult chase. But I do believe there's a little bit of dew, and they potentially could chase this down. It'll be a good game.
All right, right now let's take a quick break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll go into the second innings.
What's the plan tonight if the Super Kings win?
Well, we're obviously going to celebrate, not with the kids going back to school, but we're definitely going to have another outing.
And whose idea was it to come out?
I say mine. We love the cricket and we are going to catch a ball tonight.
Okay. What's the strategy? Because
Well, sadly, we have had a few interruptions. One was with the light pylon going out, and now we've got play interrupted due to lightning in the area. Doesn't stop the crowd, though, from enjoying themselves and having a bit of fun here at the Wanderers in what is a crucial encounter. Paarl Royals did so well to pull back JSK and post that 187 in the end. Certainly looking forward to seeing this chase and what does possibly happen. It is a big game in Betway SA20. 188 is the target for the Paarl Royals. Well, cricket, of course, is not the only sport that's going on and not the only sport invested in Betway SA20. We've got some rugby going on as well, and Mort's caught up with some of the Stormers players.
I mean, of course, it's raining at Newland Stadium today. The Stormers boys have decided to join us in the cricket. I've got Dion, Ruan, as well as Neetling. Dion, for you, I mean, you used to play this game as well. You loved your cricket. How far did you go?
I love cricket. Sitting next to the sideline a few beers. I wasn't too good at school. I played third team. I was man of the match in our last game for our third team. So, yeah, not big on the cricket, but love cricket to watch cricket.
Thirds and beers, that's what Dion was doing. Run any cricket in your life, in your low bar?
No, I was actually telling my wife on the way here, the only reason I played cricket is because I was the only sport available at that time at school. So, but yeah, it was definitely an easy choice for me after school, which sport I was going to pursue. So, very happy I ended off with rugby.
Just how good was that win against the Bulls at the weekend?
It's unbelievable, you know. It's obviously a fixture that I think all of us look forward to on the calendar. So we were quite happy that they moved it out on the 27th, you know, into the new year at Loftus. But I mean, to have a sold-out DHL on the 3rd of Jan, yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, I wasn't part of that game, but I think, you know, all of us are emotionally invested in that game, whether you're playing, whether you support, you know. So obviously to pick it up in the way that we did in front of a packed-out DHL was really special.
Thriller indeed, and it doesn't get any easier. Champions Cup coming up, away to Harlequins this weekend, and then the return leg against the Leicester Tigers. Tough one.
Yeah, I mean, no real easy games these days. You know, there's a good opportunity for us this weekend as well. We're looking forward to that game at the Stoop, and then, yeah, hopefully the people will come out the game when we play Leicester Tigers at the HL. Hopefully some of the guys are still around from Gauteng, and we can have a good game.
I see you winking towards the side there. No, the Lions and Bulls guys are not going to come out to support you, I'm sure. What is it about this Stormers team this season that is just so rampant, so excellent? Top of the table, and it seems no one can touch you guys right now.
Yeah, it's a short word. It's a D-O-B-B-O. Dobbo. No, I mean, Dobbo has been brilliant, and the coaches has been brilliant. And I think, you know, it took a long time for us as Stormers to, you know, almost find each other and get our caps average up. And, you know, it's our 5th season of URC now. And I think the guys have really, you know, gotten more used to the competition and how we want to play. And, yeah, I think the coaches has made brilliant plans. And as players have went out and executed. So, yeah, it's going well. but we're keeping our heads down, taking it game by game, and looking forward to this next one.
It really is like a sense of humility in this team, and how you play for your city. There's this call almost that you play for Cape Town. You want Cape Town to be proud of you.
Yeah, I think that was from URC1. I think credit to Dobber and the management. They gave a cause to our team and to a belief, and everyone believed in it. Everyone wanted to strive to that, and I think through the years we've been building nice squad there at the moment. I think that's paying off at the moment, and you have to have something to play for, and definitely Cape Town, and they're giving it back to us. Sell out stadium, most supported team in the URC as well. So we're very fortunate.
Captain, can the Stormers win it this season?
I am 100% going to say yes to that. But in the same breath, I think all of the teams will say that. It's obviously in contention there, but it's like Nyeti said. The season is pretty much still very, very early. I think we're almost reaching the half mark now. So we're under no illusion that as the seaon carries on, it's only going to get tougher for us. So I guess the challenge for us is obviously just to keep our feet on the ground. Remain coachable, humble. And great teammates, so we can actually just carry on in this form. So teams will be coming for us, which is great. You want that pressure. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So we're looking forward to it, and we're definitely excited for what the season holds for us.
Yeah, Cape Town, I've seen you do it for football, I've seen you do it for the cricket. We're hoping to see a lot more of you here in Cape Town Stadium supporting the Stormers. And hopefully soon we'll have some cricket as well, because I know you guys have come for the cricket. Okay, Dion's come for the beers. Let's go to the cricket, shall we?
Well, there's a lot of investment within the game, and unfortunately we had a bit of a delay at Newlands, and now we've had a delay here today at the Wanderers as well. Lightning around, having a look at the satellite, there's definitely a swell in the area, but hopefully it's going to move away quite soon and we won't have too much interruption. It's not raining, which is good news, but there is some lightning around as well, so that is the concern right now. They'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we'll have some good news for you very, very soon. We'll take a break for now.
Turned to play an unbeaten innings of 40 runs and took her team home to spare.